secret that the WNBA referees need to be investigated immediately. Guys, for this one here,
the WNBA has hit a shocking new low, and fans are furious. Reports suggest the league isn't just investigating its referees for corruption, they're dragging Caitlin Clark into it as well. Yes, the same player who's been getting hammered all season without protection. How did the league go from failing to protect its stars to suddenly blaming them? After months of missed calls, bias, and questionable officiating, the investigation is finally happening. Yet somehow Clark's name is caught in the mess. You couldn't script something this ridiculous.
Right here, my friends, is a breakdown. It says WNBA referees officiate professional women's basketball games and are selected through a process that starts at the high school level. We're going to skip college because the college referees, but it started at the high school level, bro. WNBA officiating is overseen by Monty McCutcheon as head of officiating and Sue Bullock as head of performance and development. So those are the two people, Monty and Sue, that's over the WNBA referees. Now, with that being said, we got to talk about their money because I'm a type of guy, I like to follow the bag. Where is the bag? Now, the salaries can range from $30,000 to $60,000 annually, depending on experience, and pay per game can ranges from $425 to $1,000 per game.
Multiple sources say the WNBA has launched a formal internal review into officiating integrity. Sounds professional until you hear the twist. The investigation reportedly includes player influence and behavioral impact. Translation: they're checking if Caitlin Clark had anything to do with the chaos. Instead of holding referees accountable for months of bad calls and letting players get hit like it's the NFL, the league is now hinting that its biggest star might somehow be part of the problem. Classic WNBA logic.
You want the best, you want to beat the best, you got to be the best, baby. And I'm going to be the best when I break down these data because this is a bunch of BS, man. It said WNBA data. Data doesn't show link between injuries and missed calls. So this article was released at the conclusion of the season, man, the regular season. It says, as WNBA officials face renewed criticism from coaches and players pointed at the level of physicality throughout the season, league sources told ESPN that their data does not show any correlation between the RAS.
Let's rewind. Fans have spent the entire season calling out biased refs, missed fouls, and the constant physical targeting of Caitlin Clark. Everyone saw it. Everyone talked about it. And instead of fixing the problem, the league did what it always does: deny, deflect, and hope it fades away. Now that people are demanding a real investigation, the WNBA is finally responding, but not how fans expected. Instead of simply auditing the referees, the league is expanding the review to player conduct and interaction impact. In other words, they're dragging Caitlin into the mess to save face. And fans are furious, because the truth is simple. Caitlin Clark didn't create this problem, she exposed it. Every no call when she got hacked, every frustrated glare at an official, every time her name trended, it all highlighted what players have been dealing with for years. But now that the spotlight is too bright, Kathy Engelbert and her team are twisting the narrative. Instead of admitting the officiating system is broken, they're turning it into a player influence issue. Apparently, it's easier to question Caitlin's composure than to acknowledge referee incompetence. And those refs? The league keeps bragging about their professionalism. Yet these are the same officials making $30,000 a year to control million-dollar games. The same officials who treat missed calls like minor hiccups. The same ones who officiate like they're flipping coins.
Very good income. That ain't a very good income. And I feel like when they see players like Caitlin, see players like Sophie, and all of the other big name players making massive, massive money, and everybody know they hate their guts. Well, not massive money like in a W sense, but more than them. They make more than them, bro. They make more than them. They might feel a type of way. How would you feel wake up going to work every day knowing that these ladies make more than me?
And the WNBA wants fans to believe these referees are completely unbiased? Come on. When you barely pay officials enough to survive in cities like New York or Chicago, you're not building professionalism. You're creating a side hustle. Underpaid, undertrained, and overworked refs are bound to make bad calls or even let frustration and favoritism slip into games. But instead of fixing that, the league would rather point fingers at Caitlin.
The committee found that accusations that officiating errors have led to more injuries were unfounded, league sources told ESPN.
It's almost impressive how far the league will go to dodge accountability. Fans are calling this Refgate, demanding full transparency, data, audio, reports, everything. They want to know how many bad calls were made, how often players complained, and how many times the league ignored it. And what does the WNBA do? Leak that Caitlin might be part of the investigation. That's the move of a desperate commissioner. Cathy Engelbert has been under pressure for months. Players don't trust her, owners don't trust her, and fans boo her every time she hands out a trophy. Now this referee scandal is exploding, and instead of owning the mess, she's trying to throw someone else under the bus. And who better than the league's biggest star? But the plan is already backfiring. Fans aren't buying it. Social media is tearing the league apart for its hypocrisy. One comment said it best. So the refs can ruin games, injure players, and ignore fouls. But somehow Caitlin is the problem? But somehow Caitlin Clark is the problem? Please. This is the same league that let her get body checked like it was hockey, then called her too emotional for reacting. The same league that insisted she wasn't being targeted, yet now claims she might be influencing games. You couldn't script a better comedy. This whole mess blew up after ESPN and league sources released new data saying there's no connection between bad officiating and player injuries. Really? After a season filled with concussions, torn ligaments, and bruised ribs, we're supposed to believe refs had nothing to do with it? Fans can pull up hours of highlight reels proving otherwise, but apparently Cathy and her analytics team missed those clips. So the league finally decides to audit the referees, and the process is a joke. They claim every ref gets reviewed mid-season and again at the end, and that only a pattern of mistakes leads to consequences. Translation: 1 bad call, no issue. 10 bad calls, maybe a chat. 20 bad calls, sure, go ref the playoffs. It's a system built to fail, and Caitlin Clark has been the face of that failure all season. So when the public pressure finally hit a boiling point, the WNBA chose to spin the story. Suddenly, the investigation magically includes players like Caitlin, as if she's part of some conspiracy against officials. That's what happens when leadership cares more about optics than fairness. That you'd think a league desperate for credibility would protect its stars, not turn them into scapegoats. Even players who never speak up are reportedly frustrated. One insider said locker rooms everywhere are heated. Veterans are calling the situation disrespectful and tone-deaf. Because everyone knows, if the league can drag Caitlin into this, no player is safe. Meanwhile, referees walk away untouched. No suspensions, no public accountability, just vague best practices meetings. And this isn't new. Fans raised the same complaints last season about inconsistent officiating and bias. The league ignored it then, and now it's back, only worse. This time the outrage is even louder because the player being targeted has a global fan base, and those fans aren't staying quiet. They're tagging ESPN, writing open letters, demanding outside investigations, even calling for federal oversight. That's how serious this has become. Fans are treating the WNBA like a financial scandal. They want audits, receipts, and real accountability. And honestly, they're right. The league's credibility is at rock bottom. You can't let your most popular player get knocked around every week, watch refs ignore it, and then pretend nothing's wrong. That if this investigation doesn't lead to major changes, the backlash will get uglier. Sponsors are already watching closely, and some are quietly worried about the league's image. When words like corruption and investigation start floating near your brand, it's bad business. And here's the wild part. Insiders say this investigation might expose more than just referee bias. Whispers are swirling about internal leaks, favoritism, and even possible tampering in referee assignments. If true, this could blow up far beyond what the WNBA can handle. But maybe Cathy Engelbert will explain it all in another Everything's Fine interview, because nothing says leadership like smiling while your league burns. Let's be real, this reeks of panic. The WNBA is pretending to be in control when chaos has ruled all season. And now Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest star, is being treated like part of the crime instead of the victim. Fans are furious. Every forum, podcast, and thread is calling out the hypocrisy. As one fan put it, "The woman who saved the WNBA is the same one they're investigating." Got it. That comment has been shared thousands of times because it captures exactly what fans are thinking. The craziest part? This was entirely predictable. The WNBA could have handled this properly, conduct a fair investigation, hold referees accountable, and show fans they care about fairness. Instead, they followed their usual playbook: confuse, distract, and protect the brand. And in the process, they made the brand look even worse. As for the so-called internal review, sources say Kathy Engelbert formed a committee to evaluate officiating consistency.